Now, part of that is because I didn't set up all of Lantry and her skills, sorry, Eb's skills properly. That is something I need to work on. Now then, Lantry, let's get a lightning sigil. Let's go for something quite close. Really powerful. Good push on it. You could probably go for a low cooldown as well, 18 seconds. Or we could just have much more range on it. 6 meters isn't too bad. Sure, I'll assign that. And go for Sigil of Illusion, go for a Cone effect, Unravel Minds again. 65, we'd have a decent radius there. 85, unfortunately. 75 would do. Alternatively, 75 and dropping the time it took would not be a terrible one. Okay, let's assign this. There we go, Unravel Minds. You already got Spectral Blur. False Pit wouldn't be too bad. Takes it up to 55. That'll just about fit in your repertoire. And I want one final damaging spell. I guess we could grab this one. Okay, Tidal Burst. Dazed. Sure. Release a pulse of concussive force, blasting enemies and pushing them back. That'll take it up to 65, which is a little bit above what we need. Dazed Affliction for a bit longer. Or a larger radius. I think we'll go for a larger radius. I'll assign that one there. Okay, so that's a little bit better setup. Let's also make sure that our characters have got some decent items with them. Staggering Burn. Sure, we'll grab that. That is a greater healing potion right there. That needs to be with Kills in Shadow. And some higher wits. Don't think we need immunity from bleeding right now, but I'll give that to you, definitely. Can Leaf as well. Okay, I think that's a decent setup. So let's go ahead and save the game here, now that I've re-equipped everyone. Okay. I'm not going to wrap the stream up yet, Leon. I'll wrap it up when I am... when I've completed this area, probably. I don't see a reason to wrap it up before then. There we go. Ah, yeah, maybe I should have given Kills in Shadow Charge Fist. I'll have a look if I can do that. I'll go through all of the options that I had before. There we go. Now, let's see. Now that you've found the Son of Aavak, I've taken the magic scroll to end the Edict of Fire. Let's see. Can I give Kills in Shadow Charge Fist? That puts us up at 15. This would put us up at 30. This would put us up at 40, so let's not go with that. 35, that's a shame. 25, 35. Sure, we can do it a little bit more often than not. Can I get this at all? Ferguson, this was a rather expensive one by itself. Yeah, I'd need 35 to have that one at all. So that's fine. Right, Kills in Shadow. Need you to just rush through and attack. Ebb, I want you to drop this on them. Lantry, go ahead and get a Rhyme Spike. Actually, no. That's what we did last time. We don't need to do that. We want to focus our attacks on other people. So to that end, can I disable that at all? No, it doesn't look like it can. It's a bit of a shame.
Sorry about that.
Oh, wait, what? That is unfortunate. Actually, if I can have her charge through and attack the archer, that would be fantastic. Oh, that's brilliant because Aavak basically skipped. That is amazing. Go ahead with the stab. Right, Lantry. This is going to kind of really not be good for you, but there's not a lot we can do about that. Right, want you to go for a bubble on the center. You can have a howl. Should do a bit of damage. As for me, let's go for Burn Freeze on this Scarlet Fury there. Right. Can we please get a charged fist on you and then we'll move in for a kill. Right, I need a drink or something. Let's go ahead. And try to hit down with that. Let's go for move to the side a little bit and see if we can't get a bit of a smack down there going as well. 10 to 18, that's 12 to... yeah, we'll go with this one. Yeah. I think that would be a better option. Right, I really need them not to be charging through here, honestly, because that is about to hurt a lot. Just finish off that attack if you can. Right, would like this one next. Actually, move right up and go for that. Not too bad so far. Go ahead and buff Aavak if you can, please, Kills in Shadow.
It's time for Hunsel to kill.
I agree. Very much time to Hunsel to kill. Fulmination will hit a lot of targets behind, but we're not really going to do much against the target in front, which is a problem. Go for them. Actually, this might take them out if we're lucky. But, ah, damn it. Lantry, Quaff Potion. There we go. One down. Oof, okay. So that's going to make things a wee bit easier for us. Not a great deal easier, but a wee bit easier. Go ahead and try and slaughter them if you could, please. Surrounds the party in a glow grave light energy while affected party's attacks will transfer health from enemies. I think that's probably worth going for. I'm going to wait for the heal to go through first, but after that... I don't think you are allowed to run away. Listen, thank you.
You'll have to hit harder than...
There we go. And now use your ability. Yep, go. There we go. And hits with additional effect made for... damn it. That's not so great. Andrew, can you heal yourself? Because that would be great if you could. Let's go for a thrust.
We should try that again.
There we are. Perfect. I need you to go for the Fury, please. Kills in Shadow. Battery was just back from low health as well. Right, move in. Go for Fulmination. I believe you just... no, you're casting Spectral Blur. You really want the answer? Because it's not a good answer. It's a bad answer, actually. Okay, Kills and Shadow is low on health. Can you please quaff that gigantic health potion? There we go. That's a bit better. Perfect. Right. Let's use a false pit. Try and get them down. And electric jolt as well, please. Okay, Kills and Shadows got them engaged. They're not getting out of this one. I think we should be good at this point. Yeah, let's actually get the Grave Light going. There we are. Perfect. Now Kills and Shadows should be able to get plenty of healing just from attacking. I think that's going to be grand. Poor Lantry, though. Feels super bad. There we go. And you can draw back a little bit. Actually, just drop down a heal. Did we get that going? There we are. Heals, please. There we are. That's a bit better. Also, my own heal, please.
I'm
There
terrible
we go.
at this. How am I not dead yet?
Don't ask that kind of question. That's bad. It is just inviting terrible. Electric bolt.
Can't catch with claws.
There we go. We should have this one in the bag at this point. Yeah, we do. There we are. The sensor is down for good this time. Ah, good riddance, you scallywag. You are my first opponent who managed to kill me. I'm in a dubious honor. Ooh, sensor's grip. Charred, kindling. These gloves are blackened from attempts to read smoldering manuscripts from the burning library. Kindling, on weapon crit, foe target versus parry, burning for 8 seconds. Wow. That would be good on, well, I guess me? Not specifically, though. Shattered glass vial, smells of leather oil. Merchant for spares. Sort of a merchant for spares. It's fine. Right. Let's go ahead and have a look at these then. Lower deflection, but actually not a bad set. Certainly. Right. Oop, we gotta grab this one as well. Hello, Ven Kilman. Yes, I'm catching up and just got to where you went on the anarchist path, which is my favorite. Just had to pop in and mention that. Oh, I'm glad you're approving of it. I'm glad that it's making you. It's something you're interested in seeing. A lot of people have said things like the anarchist path and the chaos path and stuff like that. I have no idea. But I'm just glad that it's an interesting route.
Let's take a closer look. That wasn't so hard.
No, it wasn't. Oh my lord. Staff of hours. Quality exquisite. Renown, reputation, renown tier 0, distortion. Okay. Passive, 50% graze deflection, 50% hit deflection. Renown. How does this even work? Artifact ability, slowing the sands. Dramatically slow enemies in a targeted area. These effects scale with the Staff of Hours Renown. The glowing staff bears the mark of the sages and was wielded by the hierarch of the Vellum Citadel before the Edict of Fire destroyed the ancient library fortress. The staff has passed down unknowable numbers of hands over the centuries, and tradition dictated that every owner imbue it with an expression of their magical aptitude. Runes encircle the length of the staff, each in a different style, some describing the names of dead archons, others fragments of inscrutable poetry. All intended to unlock some hidden potential. The staff's current aspect is that of its previous owner, Hierarch Jaspers, who was an accomplished illusionist and trickster. The staff has served different purposes through its long career. It was often employed to preserve old documents or repair sections of the citadel. Dark stains around the haft tell of a time when it was dipped in vats of ink, a doomed effort to replicate the magic behind the bottomless cistern of ink known as the Everwell. Just wow. That is awesome. Can't tell if this should go to Lantry or not. Heavy armor, that should go in there. Elixir of Wits. That can go to Lantry. So you can also have a fish if you want. I'm going to say this is more for you though. You've acquired the Staff of Hours. My power has increased. Really? Has it really? Because I didn't notice power increasing. Have I got to have the staff? Curious one. Very curious one, but this seems like more of an interesting staff for you. Have I got to have that equipped myself for it to work? It's better than Syzygy, but it won't freeze. Okay, well, I'm gonna have you equip this one.
You're trusting me with this? No, not complaining.
There we go. So that's unlocked straight away. And next up, we've got a hidden little bit in here. Chronicler's Eye of Legends Wise. Only Landry can equip this. Plus 10 law, plus 10 will defense. The lens of distorted sea glass was originally used to augment the flailing eyesight of sage hierarchs. Popular belief has held that enough documents of arcane lore have passed to the eye by way of this lens. The glass itself has learned over time, taking on strange properties. This is glorious. So much cool stuff. There we go. Let's have a look at this. Obsidian fragment. The stone here is flecked with small bits of obsidian. One larger piece just juts out from the wall and looks like it could be removed. Sure. Did I get a piece of obsidian? No idea. Artifact. So this has its own thing. This is amazing. How glorious is that? I think we just got a bit of obsidian. I have no idea. But we got something. Let's have a look over there. No, that's not a quest item in the very least, so... Sure. Ah, here we are. Artifacts. You have discovered an artifact. Artifacts are powerful magical items that, when wielded, grant their owner a new ability. Artifacts are known throughout the tiers and the greater empire beyond. As an artifact's reputation grows, its ability becomes more powerful. Glorious. So you now have a unique ability based on your item. Yeah, artifact abilities. Ha! That is glorious. I really like that.
I'll take care of it.
I got it.
Let's head on up. Let's have a look at everyone around. First sage is Arwell's directives. Sage Torvin. Kyros armies have been rebuffed for now, but it's only a temporary victory. I have no doubt that we may hold these walls a good deal longer, but you must remember that the Overlord's aims not to butcher the Citadel's keepers, but to destroy its secrets. Kyros is not omnipotent. Her powers may be known and understood in time, but she rightly fears the knowledge we hoard here. The Silent Archive must be protected. There is no library in the tiers that is its equal. Nothing else matters. Nothing. We may not know the Overlord's plans, but with time and research we can circumvent any of her designs. I need you to ensure that we will have that time when the moment is right. Focus your efforts on Sage Stayer's theoretical forays into temporal magic. Well, we were right to deny such dangerous experimentation before. Now is the time in which its risks are justified. Gather the Elder Sages and make your way to the lower chamber. You are to remain there until you devise a solution to Stayer's problem of scale. Halting the flow of time in a single chamber won't be sufficient if Kyros drowns us all in a storm or hurtles this library into the firmament. You must find a way to encase all of the Citadel in such a spell, should disaster come. Your success is optional. This library will be a distant memory if Kyros has her way. Should we both survive, I will be happy to congratulate you on your breakthrough. Until then, get to work. Oh, well, it didn't go so well, I'll be honest. The altar sits in the middle of a lake of lava encircled by ritual braziers and bodies of the sages who gave their lives to stop the library's collapse are littered around the central pedestal. Sage Torvin's notes. Sage Litotes, we can't help you with the ringing in your ears just yet, so we'll have to make do until the conflict is over. Yes, Arwell was very explicit in his directives. I know they seem impossible, but that is the situation we face. Everyone that could interpret the Silent Archive died in the last night's attack, so we're not getting any assistance in this matter. Thankfully, I do have an idea. One which requires everyone's participation. Scale is the issue. Stayer's last experiments only affected as much as a small chamber. I believe that we can amplify the spell's effect by repeating the motions of its sigils as a group, similar to the ritual magic used in primitive cultures that predated modern Tearsman. Sage Dangling Participle, I'm not familiar with that word, believes that this will create an exponential growth in the spell's effect, but as an expected cost to stability. I'm inclined to agree. Also, we have no other ideas. No one else here has your expertise in magical foci. You've told me countless times how minor baubles can have a profound leveling effect on spells that exceed the control of their casters. What if we use something as powerful as an artifact as the focus of the ritual? Without one, the energies involved will quickly become chaotic and almost assuredly deadly for all of us. At least, with an artifact, there's a chance the Stayer's spell will encompass the entire citadel and put it in a state of stasis. Okay, well, fair enough. In my opinion, there's only one artifact to use, and that's the Silent Archive itself. It's clearly the most potent object in the room. Sage Dangling Participle believes the staff of hours will suffice, but I'm not going to leave anything to chance. Better that we use the Silent Archive as our focus now and figure out how to safely retrieve it later. Not if you agree after reading this. I really hope the blast didn't take your sight as well. So, this is now an artifact? A focus. Remove the scroll and replace it with one of your artifacts to keep the protective magics from ending. Ah, damn it. Ah, we're gonna have to put the Staff of Hours there. A nimbus of magical energy surrounds the scroll, which levitates above the central platform. You see characters upon the parchment, but they seem to shift from one language to the next. Amazing. I had suspected there was more to the Silent Archive than a simple vault. Extraordinary. The scroll must represent thousands of scholarly works. The motion of the characters on the scroll's surface slow as you approach, seemingly in response to your presence. Examine the magical aura surrounding the scroll. Well, let's examine it. Waves of energy radiate from the scroll, billowing up towards the ceiling and fanning out to encompass the cavernous chamber. It appears that the Silent Archive is an active participant in some sort of ongoing spell, one that is likely keeping the burning library standing. Removing the scroll would assuredly have disastrous effects upon the active spell. Analyze the active spell. This must be the time stasis spell referenced in Sage Arwell's letter. Judging by the bodies arrayed around the Silent Archive, the mages appear to have been successful in their attempts to halt the destruction of Kyros' edict, though they did not survive the process. Deconstruct the spell's focus. What? I mean, that seems crazy. Could read the scroll, I could deconstruct the spell's focus. Wouldn't that kill us all, though, without the focus? I'm going to deconstruct the spell's focus, I guess. You gain 13 law skill. Sage Litho's experiments with foci clearly paid off. The spell protecting the burning library is operating at a massive scale. Its chaotic energy is currently stabilized by the Silent Archive itself. Its underlying mechanism is familiar to you. It seems likely that any artifact of sufficient power could serve as a spell's focus. Should the need arise, you believe you could swap the Silent Archive for another item of power without disturbing the ongoing temporal magic. Let's read the scroll, if we can. The parchment surface is impossible to read, ever-shifting and convoluting. You see characters from old verdant writing over calligraphy in the Northern Empire, which transforms into words used by the nomadic tribes of ancient Azure, and then again it's phrases of the common tongue of the Tiers. If every word were ever written or uttered, clashes upon the scroll. Okay, I guess we're going to swap it for something. Let's assume the worst. Whatever you put on that pedestal will probably need to take the place of the Silent Archive and remain here for as long as this place stands, so choose wisely. Place an artifact on the pedestal. Equipped artifacts cannot be used. Return when you have an artifact to use. Okay. Okay. Well, first and foremost then, Sanguine Squirrel. Grab that. Let's grab the eye. I mean, plus 10 lore is kind of cool. Of legends, plus 10 lore, wise, plus 10. You know, it is what it is. And this as well. We'll see what it wants to pull. No, Venkelman, I don't want any kind of hints. No spoilers whatsoever. Thank you, though, for the offer. I do appreciate the want to help, but I don't want any spoilers. It would be disastrously sad if that happened. Tenderizer? I don't think Tenderizer is an artifact, but I guess I could put it there. Syzygy maybe as well. Archery's Quill should stay there. That's a Staff of Titans, perhaps. I think we've only got one artifact, let's be honest with ourselves. Okay. Swap the Silent Archive with the artifact. You should be able to grab the Silent Archive and replace it with something of roughly equal arcane might. Make sure whatever you swap isn't something you'll need later. Yeah, it'll be the Staff of Hours. Yeah, I guess that artifacts would be the ones with renown bars. That would be a shame, but it is what it is. I guess that's why they put it there, so that you can use it. The only other thing would be if we could find a less artifact somewhere, but honestly, all artifacts are probably going to be amazing. Staff of Hours on the pedestal. You delicately remove the Silent Archive from the central pedestal, careful to replace it with another artifact in the span of a few seconds. The lines of energy flowing through the platform center warble and distort disconcertingly for a moment, accompanied by faint tremors that unsettle the molten liquid below. After a few seconds of uncertainty, the spell's magic refocuses upon a newly placed object, its lines of energy once again resuming their stable flow upward and out to the rest of the burning library. The swap appears to have worked, and you have earned yourself the Silent Archive for your trouble. All that remains is to take the artifact inside. Once the Silent Archive has crossed the threshold leading to the exterior, it is likely that you will fulfill Kyros' mandate and remove all forbidden knowledge from the Venom Citadel. At that point, we could probably come in and grab that. Which might work. We'll see. Path to Power. Now that you've found the Silent Archive, take the scroll to the Edict of Fire. To the end of this Edict of Fire. Bring the scroll outside the burning library. What is the scroll? Is it in here? Right. Lantry, you get your stuff back. Swap. I get my stuff back. Here it is, the Silent Archive. Okay. It's just an accessory. Wits Resolve and 10 Trap Detection. This glowing scroll is decorated with runes that seem to twist and swim about the parchment whenever you try to read them. There you go. I don't particularly care about preserving the structure. If all of the information that it contained has been removed, then it's not really that big of a deal. But let's see where this takes us. There we go. Oh, right, we did come out. Huh. We did satisfy the demands of the edict, correct? I was expecting a lot more sound and fury. Curious. The air surrounding you begins to thin, and the smell of embers begins to diminish. The clouds of smoke slowly. Revealing the sky beyond them. This is the second time I've satisfied a need. Did I just cool all the flames? That's amazing. You feel a powerful pulse of warm energy burst from the silent archive. Sound disappears into a deafening silence. Your vision blurs. And you are overcome by a dizziness that nearly knocks you off your feet. Then, as quickly as it hits you, the feeling passes. The air around you begins to settle, and the particles of fire and ash that moments ago stung your eyes dissipate with a chilly gust. With the silent archive removed from the burning library, the edict of fire is extinguished, and its warmth feels pulled into your very chest, a sensation similar to the weightlessness when the edict of execution broke at Ascension Hall. While I'm all in favour of undoing the Overlord's magic, this whole edict of fire couldn't have happened to a shittier gaggle of scum-suckers. Still, the fires could have spread elsewhere in time, so you did the right thing. Reeks of ash and rotted trees. Hurts to breathe. So much knowledge turned to smoke and ash. Ending the edict can't undo the damage, but perhaps now this place can be rebuilt. I hope future scholars can unearth whatever remaining books and scrolls are still buried within. The shape and intensity of the fires leap in your mind, the details of the mighty incantation, the wording, the magical logic of the flames. All are sealed in your mind with a perfect recall. The Edict of Fire is now part of... What? The Edict of Fire is part of me? As the Edict fills you with its power, you feel the inferno inside the burning library begin to wane. Temperatures start to cool, lakes of lava recede, the eternally burning fires flicker and fade. It may take time before the burning library is referred to as the Vellum Citadel again, but ending the Edict will allow access to knowledge thought to be lost forever. Wow. Report to Blade and Mark. The power's increased. You ended the Kyros Edict of Fire. Report your progress to Blade and Mark in Ashwald. Power 65, okay. Interesting. I'm totally going to go back in. Totally going to go back in. It's very interesting that these edicts were both ones that I set in motion. Not set in motion. Kyros set them in motion, of course. But they both are... Read the missives from the Voices of Noran. Oh. But both were edicts that I invoked. I wonder. Can I... poop. I can't take it. That's a shame. Oh, well.
Sorry.
I strongly suspect that that would have been something that I couldn't have interacted with. That if I tried to take it without having something to replace it, it would have just flat out said no. But I can always try it in the future. In the future playthrough, I may find out what goes on with that. Were there any areas that I wanted to check out in there that were inaccessible due to fire? I don't think so. Fuel for the flame. Dear Fatebinder, Champion of Tunon's Gavel, Slayer of Quiremen, we hope you recognize that we bear you no ill will. Who understands treachery if not the Archon of Secrets? We've always held the very highest esteem for the work of other specialists in the arts duplicious. Make no mistake, dear Fatebinder, after your little performance at Vendrian's Well, and with such flair for theatrical illumination, you have ascended in our estimate. We trust you will understand that when we peel the flesh from your bones and squeeze the bile from your quivering innards, it's strictly out of artistic integrity and the courtesy owed a fellow professional. Nothing personal at all. But enough about our friendly rivalry. Do you enjoy the company of our little spy? Her dance never fails to inspire in us the most pleasant quivers. We have a gift for her, delivered through you due to the girl's questionable faculty with letters. We have learned from one of our birds that a mercenary in Haven has been absolutely gloating about slaying her sisters. His boasts even secured him work defending some crossing merchant. Show her the sigils on the reverse. She'll know what they mean. The voices of Narad, Archon of Secrets and Master of Cacophony. The opposite page contains several rough ink-scratched symbols that look nothing more than child's pictographs of their favourite animals. Threaten him. Respond rudely. Inquire further or send our thanks. Glare silently. I wish I could. Right back. I'm glaring at you silently. I don't think he'll answer an inquiry either. I'm just going to thank him for it. Archon of Secrets, receiving your missive was an unexpected pleasure. I shall see to it that Verse is informed. Doubtless this will end in blood. Talk to Verse about the missive regarding her sisters. In his missive, the voice in Narad asks you to provide Verse with new evidence regarding the people that killed the members of her previous gang. Speak with Verse and discuss how you will proceed. Okay. Well, there's that wee area over here that I wouldn't mind checking out if I can, and I might be able to get up there now, so let's go and check that out. Everything out here should be gone. Yep. Let's go and have a quick look. Good night, Amira. I will be wrapping things up shortly. Might not get up there. The shelf is well separated from the surrounding area and looks quite parallel to scale. Strange rocky protrusions. But how? Where does that go? Burning library entrance. I feel that there must be a way in. So I'm not sure. We'll have to investigate that a little bit more. That's burning library entrance. That's burning library entrance. I'm not sure what we can do, but it feels like there's something over there that we might be able to investigate a little bit better. But we'll have to check that out later on. That is going to be it from me for now, though. I've been recording streaming for 9.5 hours, and I am ever so slightly tired. It is 6:30 in the morning for me. But that is going to be it. So until next stream... though the next stream may be a different game for a little bit, because I'm going to have quite a lot of footage that I want to pop up on YouTube before I progress the story anymore. But I'm really, really glad to have completed the Vellum Citadel area, or rather the Burning Library. And we will see where our adventures take us next.